Hi, Tylord here to share a gift from my old buddy Jason Vectrex, the hurricane chasing, weight pumping mofo. I've sent him a few laser discs over the past couple of years, nothing special, but he really went all out and sent me 50 or 60 DVDs here. He knows I'm a big DVD collector. My wife is gonna kill me when she finds out about all these. I'm having a hard time storing all the DVDs I have. He sent me a couple packages of horror DVDs. They're mostly horror. There's some other stuff in there. He knows I like the horror movies. To tell you the truth, I haven't been watching many horror movies since I've had kids, but these are definitely going to be on my backlog to watch. It doesn't matter if it's when the kids are in school or when they go to college or when I retire. I will definitely watch these someday, get back into horror movies. It's just hard with the kids. I don't really want to watch horror movies around them. I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I don't get much free time alone to myself. When I do, I end up playing video games or making these stupid videos. That takes time away from watching horror movies. So I've been out of the loop with horror movies for a long time. Anyway, but let's get to these packages. My old friend Jason Vectrex sent me. My old friend, I think he's like 2 years younger than me. Okay, so look what we got here. And some of these I'm not familiar with. If anyone wants to give me recommendations of which ones I should watch first. Also, I've noticed a lot of these are going to be doubles I have, so I'll put those off to the side and I'll give those away to anyone that wants them. Maybe the first person that says Jason Vectrex is in the comments. Here we go. Wow. Widescreen edition of Halle Berry and Gothica. I don't know if I've ever seen this. This is one of those mainstream horror movies that came out a few years back. Maybe it's been 10 years ago. Robert Downey Jr. is in here, it says. And who is the director? Matthew Kazovitz. I don't really know about that. But you know, I like Halle Berry and who is a Bond girl. Halle Berry is a Bond girl, so she's cool with me. That's not a lot of people's favorite Bond movie, Die Another Day, but I like it. And Robert Downey Jr., so Iron Man and Storm in here, in Gothica. And I'm not really familiar with... You know what, I think my mother and my stepdad said this was a good one, so I'm definitely going to watch that. Here we go, Prometheus. I love this movie. A lot of times remakes and sequels I don't care for, but this one kind of did it for me. I kind of enjoyed Prometheus, the sequel to the Aliens movies, or prequel to the Aliens movies. I didn't have that in my collection, so glad to have that in there. Oh yeah, I love these compilations. I love these. They're usually cheesy movies. 9 big box set of horror movies. I tend to like stuff like this. I've gone through like a collection of 100 of these things before. I like the box of either really old public domain horror movies or newer, cheesy, under the radar horror movies. I've gone through a box set of like 100 of these before, so this is something right up my alley. I've never even heard any of these movies, so I bet they're awesome. Okay. Oh man, I love this movie. I think this is old Zack Snyder. Yeah, remake of the original Dawn of the Dead. That's my favorite zombie movie of all time, the original Dawn of the Dead. This one's a lot different, but I really, really like it. This is one of the few remakes that are really, really good. I think this is when the zombie genre started blowing up after this movie. Like 28 Days Later and this came out, and then it's just zombie. Before this, it was hard to find good zombie movies. Like there were a lot of good ones if you search, if you did a lot of searching. But this is kind of what blew it up. Ever since then, everything zombie, and I'm burned out now. But man, yeah, this was a good remake. Alright. So I'm keeping that. World War Z, saw this at the show. This is riding on the big zombie wave. It was with Brad Pitt. I read the book of this. The book of this is way, way better by, what's his name? Max Brooks. I read this and Zombie Survival Guide. Those are two really hilarious books you gotta read if you're into the zombie genre. Like I said, I'm really burned out now, especially after Walking Dead. And there's so many. Before I really would seek out these like independent zombie movies. Now they're just all over the place. I can't keep up with them. This is a high budget, big Hollywood movie. This was decent. I liked it. I enjoyed this. I saw this with my best friend at the theater. And I didn't have it in my collection, so I can add this to my zombie movie collection, which is pretty big. Left in the Darkness. I've never heard of this. And I don't have that in my. It's an Anchor Bay published thing. Yeah, I'll definitely keep this in my collection. I don't really know much about it. Onto a spoof of sort of like the mid '90s, 2000s horror movies. A scary movie. I saw this at the show and I thought it was hilarious. I haven't really seen it much since then. I did see it at the show and I thought it was hilarious, and I don't have it in my collection, so glad to have the old scary movie. Asylum. Oh, with Robert Patrick and Malcolm McDowell. Yeah, so it's got old Clockwork Orange and the T-1000 in there. Asylum. I'm hoping it's older because I tend to like older movies. Anyway, I gotta give that a try. If anyone knows what that's all about, let me know. Ouija. This is one of these new modern ones. I'm not really that jazzed about it. Usually anytime I watch them, though, they're entertaining. They're like all these modern horror movies. I'm just not really into not really all jacked about them. Oh, it's from the director of the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the producer of Insidious. It might be okay. Amityville Horror. I love the original of this, and I never saw this remake with old who's in here? Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, this is a Michael Bay movie. A Michael Bay produced by Michael Bay. Yeah, he produced Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th. That's right, the newer ones. Alright, I tend to like Michael Bay produced stuff. Fire me. Okay. The Order. I was hoping this was the Van Damme movie. This is Heath Ledger. I bet this is probably a cool cultish Illuminati type deal. I don't really know much about it, but I got the Order here. Gonna keep that in the collection. Sin City, not a horror movie, really visually striking movie. I saw this at the show with my wife back in the day. Cool looking movie. Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller, special guest director Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, this was a pretty cool movie. I didn't have it in my collection. Oh, here's one my wife and I saw at the theater. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. I thought this was pretty good. Not super scary, kind of eerie. Cool little twist. I really don't mind M. Night Shyamalan's older movies. I didn't have that in the collection either, so that's cool to have. Paranormal Activity. I know I've seen this. This is one of those like modern horror movies. This might be one of those stupid reality cam movies. I think that I saw this though. It was alright. I'm gonna keep it in my collection. Infested. Alright. What's this? Bees? Oh, Killer Bugs. Heck yeah. I hope it's really low budget. Invasion of the Killer Bugs. Oh, heck yeah. It's probably modern with crappy CGI, but I don't care. I like cheesy stuff like that. The Forgotten. Julianne Moore. And Lieutenant Dan's in here. I don't think I've ever seen this. So I'll keep that in my collection. Alright, here. Oh man, this really disturbing movie. This is. I'm still to this day afraid to watch this by myself in the dark. The Exorcist. And I didn't have this movie, so it's really cool to have this in my collection. The version you've never seen, I probably don't remember the standard version, so Yeah, really cool to have that one in there. American Serial Killers, Portraits in Evil. It's about like Manson and Dahmer and Gacy and who else? Bundy. Well, this must be a documentary. This might be interesting. Yeah, I'll hang on to that one. Okay, Black Dahlia. Sorry, have I not been showing these to the camera? I've just been too into this. I'm the director of Boogeyman. I saw Boogeyman and it was alright. See, that's like these newer modern horror movies. I'm just really turning into a crotchety old man. I tend to like older stuff, but Boogeyman was alright. And that's not even that new. That's old, and I'm still that old and crotchety to think these new horror movies are crap compared to the ones back in my day. And oh, this might be a mystery, suspense mystery horror thing. This might be good. I'm keeping that. Okay, Fear.com. I've never seen this. My buddy keeps telling me, my best friend keeps telling me to watch this because apparently the villain in here really has the same sort of mannerisms and the same voice as Heath Ledger's Joker, from what he told me. And this came out before Dark Knight, so that's kind of interesting. That the bad guy sort of has like the same speaking pattern or kind of the same mannerisms of Heath Ledger's Joker. That's what my buddy was telling me. And I don't have that. I've been kind of looking to buy this, but I never see it. So I have that now. Cool. Shredder. I don't know if this is a newer movie or an older movie. 2003. Shredder, why haven't you found me a body? Oh, Death to Snowboarders. Oh, it's a snowboarding. Oh, it's Shredder. Okay. Shredding. Okay. The slopes are killer. A slasher snowboarding movie. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, another 9 big box of horror. Heck yeah. Hope they're cheesy and bad, and I will enjoy these. Stay Alive. I don't know anything about that. Unrated director's cut. It's probably super gory. I don't know much about this. Yeah, I don't know much about that. Let me know. The Haunting of Rebecca Verlaine. Unrated. I don't know if that's supposed to be based on a real thing or not. I don't keep up with stuff like that. But I don't have that. Oh. Yeah, it looks kind of like an eerie type. Oh, heck yeah. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Didn't have this. I think I have the first 4 or 5. I'm not sure if this is an official sequel. I think it is. Or if it's a spin-off or yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I guess it's considered an official sequel of those. Written and directed by Wes Craven, yeah. Disturbia, that's a thriller. It came out a while back. The little boy from Transformers. I haven't seen that, so I'll hang on to that. Oh, here's a really good Stephen King adaptation. I don't know, I never read the book, but I enjoyed this movie with James Caan and what's her name? Kathy Bates. Yeah, this is a pretty good suspense thriller type movie. Glad to have that. I didn't have that. Okay, here's a really good one. Tim Burton film. One of my favorite Tim Burtons after the Batmans and the Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. And this little gal, what's her name? Christina Ricci. This kind of feels like a Hammer horror flick, like from the 70s. It even has a lot of those same actors. Like Christopher Lee has a little part in here, and that old actor, he's dead now. He played Alfred in the Tim Burton movies. Used to see him in Hammer horror movies, he was in the Dracula with Christopher Lee. I can't think of that guy's name. I'm sorry. Yeah, this feels like a modern Hammer horror movie. I think the little guy that plays Darth Maul and Snake Eyes, the ninja guy, Ray Park, he plays the Headless Horseman. So he's like a ninja Headless Horseman. Yeah, I like this movie. This is a double, so yeah. So these are my doubles so far. If anyone wants them. And then, oh, here's another Johnny Depp one, directed by Tim Burton. I never saw this. I heard it's a musical. This broad that's always Helen Bonham Carter. She's always in Tim Burton movies too. Some kind of musical, macabre horror deal. I've never seen that. Okay, down with one package. Here's another. I really wish I had time to watch all of these right now. Shark Zone. I think I have this one. I think this is Shark Attack 5 or 4. It's part of that Shark Attack series. I have that one, I think, so I'll put that in my doubles. Open Water, a more serious shark movie. I don't have that one, so I can add that to my shark movie collection. Really good, probably the best zombie comedy out there, Shaun of the Dead. I saw this at the show with my wife a few times. We really enjoy this. The only zombie movie my wife likes. So I know this is a double, so I'll put that over here with my doubles. And here's some pro wrestling. Here's Hulk Hogan, brother. The ultimate anthology. Remember the training, the prayers, and the vitamins, and the believing in yourself, brother. Hulkster. Yeah, so the best times in wrestling were with the Hulkster, whether it was in WWF, WCW. Actually, ever since he left, I haven't really been into it at all. Stone Cold and The Rock were the only things keeping it afloat for me. Like, there are some good ones now, I'm just not into it. Okay, I got the Hulkster, brother. Alright. Oh, here's some ECW Bloodsport, ECW violent matches. They always do insane stuff, get all bloody and gross. Cactus Jackson here, Terry Funk. This might be good. Okay. Rise and Fall of ECW. Oh, here's some history of The Undertaker, who's been around forever. Ever since, I think it was WrestleMania 7 was his first WrestleMania, and he wrestled Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Was it 7? Yeah, I think it was 7. And then 8, he fought Jake the Snake Roberts. And that's the last we saw of Jake the Snake in WWF for a while. Was he around? He wasn't around in WrestleMania 6. Yeah. He came around in Survivor Series after WrestleMania 6. I forget what year that was. It was like 90 or 91. Oh, and another wrestling. Best of SmackDown 2012. Raw and SmackDown. This is not for me. I always thought that was the lamest thing. They have two different shows. Like, they're supposed to be two different brands. I thought that was lame. Okay. Okay, now back to the horror movies. Silence of the Lambs, really good thriller. I didn't have this one, so I'm glad it's in my collection. Really good flick. Oh, some Child's Plays, and I didn't have any. Oh, and this one is a Blu-ray. Child's Play, cool. And Rise of Chucky, that might be one of the newer ones. Didn't have that one. Ring, I thought this was a pretty good movie, Ring. I even watched the Japanese version, which is really, really similar to this. Even some of the shots in the movie, like in the looked really similar to this. Ring 2, I've never seen that, so I can have that in my collection. Oh, okay, here we go. Resident Evils. Yeah, Resident Evil 1, 2 Apocalypse, and 3 Extinction. I have all of these, so I'll put these in my doubles. The Killer Inside Me. Looks like it won all kinds of awards. It's probably some kind of thriller. I've never really seen it or even heard of it, so I'll hang on to that. Oh, Boondock Saints. I didn't have that in my collection. Cool to have that now. And then a part 2 I've never seen. Boondock Saints 2. Dark Water. Jennifer Connelly. Didn't have that one. Okay. And then here's all of the... I don't know if that's all of them. I'm sure there's way more than this. The Saw Uncut. That was pretty good. Saw 2. That was pretty good from what I remember. Saw 3. I don't know if I saw that one. Maybe this was the last one I saw. And Saw 4. It's a trap. Saw 4. It's a trap. So cool. I didn't have any of those, so I can add those to the collection. Here's something I like. I like these creature features. Usually like Jaws ripoffs. Oh, there's a Crocodile Primeval. Oh, you know, maybe I did see this. If this is the Australian one where the guy from Avatar gets eaten, I've seen it. It might not be that though. I don't know. Cool. I'm glad I have that one. Red Dragon. It's either a sequel or a prequel to Silence of the Lambs. I didn't have that one. Very cool. Tourist. I bet this is something like. Oh, you know what this is? This is. Oh yeah, the Brazilian kids. I don't know if they're traveling to Brazil and they get captured and get their organs removed or something. I never saw that, so cool to have that. Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro. Hide and Seek. I don't know much about that. And then the old Silent Hill, which I enjoy, and that's a double. Yeah, so here's the doubles I have if anyone wants them. Silent Hill, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, Shaun of the Dead, Shark Zone, Sleepy Hollow, and Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, so if anyone wants these, all you have to do is go to Jason Vectrex channel and hit the like and the subscribe button and donate to his Patreon. He'll love you for it. A couple bucks a month on Patreon. You can watch all of the boring survival games you want. Anyway, in all seriousness, I appreciate these gifts from Jason. He spends a lot of money mailing these, and I do appreciate all of this. So thanks, buddy, for all of the. There's got to be 50 to 100 DVDs in here. My wife's gonna be pissed off, like I said, but I really appreciate it. Anyone has anything to say about any of these movies, let me know. Try to get me to watch them. And again, here's the doubles. Anyone wants those, let me know. Okay, until next time, bye.